This is the greatest game that has ever existed. Welcome back to the Palaeocast Gaming Network. My name is Dave Marshall, I'm a paleontologist, and today we're playing Apex Hunters. I wish it was Apex Legends, but we gotta play games about dinosaurs, regardless of how good they are. So, let's check this one out. On Steam, Hunt Dinosaurs with Friends, Apex Hunters is a single-player cooperative multiplayer game that pits players against the most intelligent, formidable, and brutal predators in history. So it is currently £11.39 and yeah, story. Let's find out. We don't need to know about the game, you'll see that. Story. While dinosaurs themselves are not paranormal, the means by which we resurrected them is. The Centre for Paranormal Research and Containment needs your help. There's been a security breach at a remote hot lab codenamed Iridium 6. So iridium is the rare earth element that is actually quite abundant elsewhere in the solar system. So when you get meteorites, they have a lot more iridium in them, depending on the type, than you would expect to find on Earth. And so, for instance, at the end of the Cretaceous, the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs, that had an absolute ton of iridium in it relative to the rocks on Earth. And so when you look at the rocks that were laid down at the time of that impact, they're really rich in iridium, which is called the iridium anomaly. And so our lab, Iridium 6, is a little nod to that. And so that's flooding the region with hundreds of live specimens. That's where you come in. A commissioned CPRC field team made up of freelancers and guns for hire. Your objective is to recon the area and take charge of the situation by any means necessary. Complete tasks for the centre and you will be rewarded. But with all other agency resources committed elsewhere, there will be no backup to save you if things go south. Keep your eyes up and weapons loaded. Good luck, field agents. So, lots of waves of enemies, including herbivores. They're pretty chill until you shoot them. So, let's give it a go. You know, the music ain't bad. I hope the music in the game's as good as this. It's a pretty snazzy layout, I like it. Oh, we're already in. I'm feeling it. Hopefully the gameplay is as good as the music. Oh, here we go. What have we got? Two Triceratops? And of course, you know that if you're playing a dinosaur game, the first thing you need to do is just shoot them in the face. That's what dinosaurs were here for. Whoa! This is not going well. Stegosaurus can take an absolute pounding. But really though, how many bullets could a dinosaur actually take? I don't think it'd be, that many. They're absolutely enormous. So it's very easy to die in this game, I think. But I guess that's half the challenge, you know, with it being having to survive wave and wave of dinosaurs. Whoa! It's actually quite a sizable challenge, this. Hello. I think those are raptors? Look like they're a bit big, just for velociraptors, so... Bit big for velociraptors. Maybe something like a Herrerasaurus or something was about that size. And these ankylosaurs. Oh, what am I stuck on? This is normal difficulty. These very intelligent animals hunting in their packs. I thought these herbivores were supposed to be pretty chill. It honestly doesn't feel like it. So, the story being that we've got a load of paranormally resurrected dinosaurs, which we have to kill. Why? And why are they all stuck? This is AI at its finest. I think this is some sort of tranquilizer gun. Oh, bless, he's asleep. It's high octane stuff. I've got no idea what's actually going to happen when they finally get here. Right, I'm going to have to go that way. Whoa! Oh, there's a T-Rex over there. Brilliant. Punching an ankylosaurus to death. Ah! Brilliant. I don't know what you can do if it keeps spawning you in. Basically underneath. All the dinosaurs, because they'll just keep running at you. Right, let's go murder some more. Turns out, I'm not bad at killing dinosaurs. Try and get some asleep. And that way we can have a look at them. Well, they're asleep with their eyes open. But I guess if you get absolutely knocked out, that's not too bad. In terms of the model, it doesn't look like a million miles away. Oh, great. I mean, you could do a lot worse. Oh, it's gone. Back to a sleeping one. I mean, the skin texture is fine, I guess. It's got all of these little scutes, which are ossified skin, so it's kind of like bone within the skin that crocodiles have. And then you've got all of these spikes that they had, these ankylosauroids. and there's its club tail. And the nice thing about this is that it has got some of the camouflage patterns that I think they actually did have in life. So a darker top in that dark brown and a lighter underneath is a camouflage called cant shading. And what happens is that in normal circumstances, when they're not asleep, you get light that's coming down from above, and then that casts a shadow on the underside. So you make a darker top surface and a lighter undersurface, and the top is illuminated, the lower is cast in shadow, and then the overall effect is that you get kind of like a grey animal. So you can't see that it's illuminated from above. You can't see that it's a 3D object, and that's kind of camouflage called cant shading. And we know that ankylosaurs had that because of some fantastic specimens specimen that we got preserved in Canada, I think it was, Borealia pelta. So we know that they actually did look like that. And so that camouflage is actually correct. It's not bad at all. And then I suppose by extension you might assume that other animals such as Triceratops might have had it. We don't know about those stripes. But in terms of colours, we know what colours dinosaurs were to some extent. And that's thanks to some of the pigmentation organelles. So, you know, an organelle inside of a cell, something like a nucleus, mitochondria, everything that's inside of a cell, that's an organelle. And you have these things called melanosomes, and they synthesize and store pigment. And the shape of the melanosome corresponds to the colour of pigment that it produces and contains. And eumelanin is produced in eumelanosomes, and eumelanin is the black one, and the melanosomes, those containers, those organelles, are kind of sausage shaped. And so if you find those in a fossil, they actually preserve pretty well, because melanin is an antibacterial. It's pretty resilient, it doesn't break down very easily. And so even though all the cell has decayed, you can still get some of these organelles preserved. And then when you get them, you know that whatever cell they were present in would have been black, for instance. And so in things like fossilized squid, you can find their ink sacs, and that contains fossilized melanosomes and melanin. And so, yeah, there's direct evidence for that. And so if you find those shaped melanosomes on a dinosaur, you know that they have come from within the cells in that dinosaur itself. And so then you can infer that it had at least some black pigmentation. And so we know that from certain dinosaur species, but also we have different shaped melanosomes. So red pigments, which is called pheomelanin, and they're produced in pheomelanosomes, they indicate, if you find them preserved, that you've got red pigmentation. And so then you can start to build up a picture of where there was, say, black pigmentation, where there was red pigmentation, and then you can start to colour in fossils. And the amazing thing about them is that they have patterns preserved like modern animals do. So this ankylosaur has camouflage patterns that resemble the kinds of camouflage patterns that we find today in certain animals. And camouflage patterns work best in certain conditions, certain environments. And so if you find a camouflage pattern in a certain dinosaur, you can match it to sort of things that are doing similar stuff today and say, Okay, well, if we know that that camouflage pattern works best in this environment, then perhaps we can say that those dinosaurs also inhabited those environments. Which is fantastic that you can do that just based on some of the finest small details that you can get preserved in the fossil. Next subwave, oh brilliant. I can imagine this game getting very difficult very quickly. Whoa! Is that Dimetrodon? Of course you'll know that Dimetrodon is a synapsid, not a dinosaur. And it's gonna kill us. Oh. I think we might be in trouble. What do you even do? What? We just fell through the earth? Oh, this is stopped now. We can die on land. Oh, that is fantastic. Like, how would you even get out of that? And this is Apex Hunters. Right, let's try and get out. Ah, wrong button. Am I invulnerable? Okay, so if you can see here, I have 0 health and 0 armor. So I am indestructible now. Fate has made me indestructible. Like Captain Scarlet. This is... £11 something. This game is not broken. Like, we can actually punch dinosaurs to death now. If you've ever wanted to play a game where fate has made you indestructible and you can punch dinosaurs to death, then it's really the game for you. And then fall through the earth. Oh. Well, because I can't die, I'm now stuck, aren't I? At least you can move around down here. I might be able to snipe a couple of them. I think the world has left us behind. I suppose in its defense it is early access, but you still pay for this. How many shells go in this gun? So, Apex Hunters feels like half a game. This is broken in ways that I never expected. And it's kind of hilarious, but also just kind of sad, really. Like, people are going to be buying this, like, with actual money. It's not an insignificant amount of money when you compare, like, some of the other games that you can get for this price. You know, you're going to get something better than this. Like, if you were... I don't even know how much Half-Life is, how much the Stanley Parable is. I mean, even in terms of dinosaur games, something like Oakwood, which was the last one I played, and that was like a quarter, a third of the price of this, and was just so much more enjoyable. So unfortunately for this one, it is just not great. Just kind of broke.